Now this illustration deals with applying Nfpa 70E. The worker that we see in the illustration has set up a barricade, a barrier that isolates the worker in the arc flash zone, so to speak. So we would have a label on the equipment that would have the danger of electrical arc, if that be the case. This person has been qualified, trained to be qualified by OSHA regulations, which is in 1910, 332 B as in boy 1. The individual is also trained by Article 110 of 70E. And notice that analysis of shock has to be taken by 70E 130.4. And the voltage would tell you certain things of clearances and so forth that would have to be maintained, such as the limited approach boundary, the restricted approach boundary. And 130.4, if my memory serves me correctly, would refer you to table 130.4, D as in dog, little a, to pick this information up. Now the arc flash analysis has to take place by the rules in 130.5 as well as the Annex K in the back of Nfpa 70E. We would also need to review 70B, Chapter 7, which refers you to refers you to Nfpa 70E to pick up what we have just talked about. Now notice this illustration is using a yellow tape used as a guard or barrier. It could be red to signify that that is the zone. Or some areas will just point a donut, paint it on the floor. Say 12 inches, just a donut, or they may paint red the whole area where the arc flash boundary is. And then, of course, you know 70E in the 2018 edition said we could pass through that boundary without wearing our PPE if it was totally enclosed and maintained by Nfpa 70B, and which is table 130.5C, as in car, of Nfpa 70E. So we have a work now on Nfpa 70E that illustrates all this and also illustrates it where you're just doing maintenance. Are you working new lines and so forth, that lines above may be energized or equipment may be energized in one section and you're replacing another section. All this is outlined in our work on Nfpa 70E. So it's provided for your review if you're interested, or however you pick up the information. But notice this figure 1-18 shows a qualified person, test operator, reading instruments or setting instruments to read maybe voltage, list the amount of current being used, maybe showing the waveform, just exactly what is the equipment designed to do for the user of the equipment. And that's what this figure 1-18 is illustrating.